All right, we are back. We are going to line number 1 and say hello to Wayne. Hi, Wayne. Good morning.
Hey, Randy. How you doing?
Good, sir. How are you?
Okay, you got your blood pressure back to normal?
My blood pressure is back to normal.
I want to talk to you about the Caribou circumstance in Labrador, I guess, and the government's move to try to preserve what little is left. Mm-hmm. And there seems to be some people who are insistent on carrying on a behavior that's not very helpful at this time. Yeah, which, by the way, I really do think that the government is doing the right thing. Don't get me wrong, right? I think saying that for the next 2 years there's going to be a zero hunt on that herd makes eminent good sense. It makes eminent good sense to walk the walk. Well, some of us have little faith that they do. Well, they didn't do it last time for the red wine herd, as we all know. In fact, the people who were trying to do their job were severely chastised for doing that. So in this case, you now have an enforcement group up there who might be just a little gun-shy to do what really needs to be done. I hope not, but it wouldn't surprise me if they were. On our vote today, 1,229 people have voted on the question, do you think the government will actually enforce its ban? 58% now say no, 38% said yes, 4% not sure. Well, that's not very good, is it? Because it should be 100% saying yes, they will enforce the ban, and I believe they should. But what's playing out against me this morning, right? Is what freezes government's feet to the floor. It really does. It's that free pass with the racist card. Randy, at the end of the day here, what is important, like the racist charge and all that kind of stuff, that'll blow away in the wind eventually. But if we don't do the right thing, get the plan in place, an effective plan to preserve and rebuild this herd, all the racist card issue, that'll be for naught. It won't have mattered. It won't have mattered. You're making a very good point. So we got to get focused on this thing here. Now, having said that, like this, the circumstance that this herd is in didn't just occur overnight. It happened over probably a 10-year period. And it seems to me that neither the Newfoundland government nor the Quebec government have put serious effort into building an effective management plan for this herd. I don't know why that is. You can speculate as to why that is, but this is a herd that is a very important food source for Aboriginals on both sides of the border. It's an important food source for a lot of Caucasians who live in Labrador, and it's just a world-class resource that ought to be preserved, and to do it, we have to have a very detailed management plan which matches the herd numbers to the carrying capacity of the land. Because it is that mismatch between herd numbers and available nutrient that's got the herd in the circumstance that it's in. That's my belief, anyway. Mm-hmm. Oh, I think you're not wrong on that. That's probably the right approach. The most disturbing thing of all here, Wayne, right now they say that herd is down to less than 20,000 animals. That's a 70% decline from July 20 herd back in the 1980s. Now, I can't say that the Inuit have been responsible for a wholesale slaughter. I don't think that's the case. No, that isn't the case. When you get major crashes like this, it is usually nutrient-related. Now, sometimes you get biologists to say, and I've heard it here, we don't know whether it's, starvation or disease. These two things are not separate issues. They're very intricately tied, actually. And animals are no different than humans. When you don't have proper nutrient, you're susceptible to disease. Well, of course, we're having problems. We have problems with the inland caribou herd here, too. Yes, for the same reason. And overpopulation and nutrient stress. But if there was overpopulation, man, you don't have that now. These animals should be rebounding. See, Randy, they won't rebound until the habitat rebounds. They got to have a food source. And in the northern climes, once you over-browse a food source, it doesn't respond immediately. It takes a long, long time because of the climate that we're in. I mean, it might take up to 20 years to see any significant rebound of that herd up there, even if there was not one animal lost for the next 20 years due to hunting. Because you have to replenish the nutrient supply. And as you know, that's a very slow process in northern climes.
Well, you may have to replenish the food supply, but that can't be the sole explanation for a decline of the magnitude we've seen here.
Oh, I think it is. I'm very, very much convinced that it is. That it isn't hunting. We know that. We're pretty sure of that anyway.
Well, you got to know that when you're down to 20,000 animals, hunting is the final straw.
Well, we can't do it. That herd is below critical mass right now, and even if we stop hunting, there's no assurance that it'll recover.
So how can anybody argue that they're going to do it?
Randy, that is totally irresponsible at this stage of the game.
I use the term stupid, and I'm being hung for it, but okay.
Well, it is. Well, it isn't exactly a well thought out plan to harvest a herd that is below critical mass for recovery when you want that herd to use as a resource for future generations of your people. I mean, what's the logic in that?
We got to go to break on that note and on that comment. Wayne, thank you for this.
Okay, Randy.
You have a great day, buddy.
We'll keep our ear tuned, see how things go up there, but they better start acting responsibly and put away the old cards that they're trying to play here, because it is meaningless.
Amen to that. Thanks, Wayne.
Have a good one.
Take care, buddy. Bye-bye.
Bye.